Hello and welcome, friends. I'm Dr. Davidson. Welcome to Dr. Davidson Integrative Medicine. Today I'd like to talk to you about why you need an integrative healthcare consultation. Before I explain what that is and why you need it, I'd like to take a moment to reflect on our current conventional medical system. You see, our current conventional system is simply broken when it comes to dealing with chronic conditions. To give you an example, often when a patient comes to see his doctor, the doctor will spend maybe 10 minutes at most with the patient, not really caring or delving too deeply into why the patient complains of the current symptoms. What is causing these symptoms to appear in the first place? What is the root cause? Instead, the doctor just simply prescribes medication to suppress the symptoms, so the patient doesn't even remember that there's a problem in the first place. Now, this might seem fine, but the condition is not addressed. The symptoms are covered up. This simply does not work. It's like covering up a festering wound with a bandage. The person continues to decline, the infection continues to spread. In just the same way, the patient continues to decline. The doctor is powerless to do anything about it. All they can do is watch while the patient continues to pay money just to be watched and decline. A sad state of affairs indeed. Now, in contrast, in integrative medical systems, the practitioner attempts to discover and address the underlying health problems, such that not only is the condition corrected, but future health problems are also prevented. So, to give you an example of just how powerful this can be, let's take a look at two case studies. One is a woman in her 60s suffering from chronic heartburn with a hernia. The physicians guessed that repairing the hernia would also alleviate the heartburn. Heartburn, by the way, is a condition where stomach acid is refluxed or goes back up into the throat, into the esophagus, and causes a burning sensation, usually felt in the chest. So the woman had this procedure done. She took over a month to recover. The process she described as being even more painful than childbirth. To this day, she still has heartburn. She continues to have to take acid-suppressing medication, which is in itself sad because these medications have a number of deleterious health consequences when taken long-term. They include worsening indigestion, increased bone fragility, increased susceptibility to infections and food poisoning, and simply depletion of nutrients necessary for normal physiological functioning. Now, all this, and still there are no results. So, as an example, let's take a look at another patient with heartburn that I actually helped. This patient was a woman in her late 60s who complained of a burning sensation in the chest. After examining her diet and lifestyle factors, I deduced that her problems were related to a consumption of too much animal fat and perhaps also due to insufficient nutrients necessary for the body to make the digestive enzymes and acid it needs to properly digest food. So after examining this woman, I simply made a few dietary changes, a few suggestions about lifestyle and diet and eating habits, and recommended some medicinal herbs that would improve all these areas and would give her the necessary plant chemicals required for proper digestion. At this time, this woman is greatly improved. She no longer has to take routine acid-suppressing medication on a daily basis. In fact, she barely uses it even once a month. Have we forgotten the old wisdom of Socrates, the father of Western medicine? Was it not he who first said, "Let medicine be thy food and food be thy medicine"? Have we grown so narrow-minded and arrogant in our current thinking that we have forgotten this very simple and effective wisdom that is nowhere near as costly as having expensive invasive procedures? So why do you need a consult? Why should you work with me? My unique approach combines the use of food, herbs, and lifestyle changes all as medicine. It is so powerful that better than treating disease, it improves health, specifically in the organ systems that are weakened. In the previous example, it was the digestive system. And also in general, it improves general health by doing this. Let's take a moment to reflect. If we don't have our health, what do we really have? Make an appointment today at drdavidsonintegrativemedicine.com and take control of your health.